What's up guys, Brady here. These are the 10 heaviest Alter Bridge songs. If you've never seen me before, hi, I'm Brady Fugel. Alter Bridge is my favorite band. I've been doing a hell of a lot of Alter Bridge content lately, and I plan on doing a hell of a lot more. So if that interests you, please hit the subscribe button. I would very much appreciate it. While I would classify Alter Bridge as more of a rock band than a metal band, they still have a good amount of genuinely heavy material that you could classify as metal. As both an Alter Bridge fan and a heavy metal and extreme metal fan, I thought this would be a fun video to do. As opposed to my top 10 deep cuts video, these won't be ranked, as in one will not be the heaviest Alter Bridge song and it's going down and so on. These are just my 10 picks in no particular order, because I feel like ranking them based on heaviness, I don't know, that's kind of more subjective than anything. So as a result, I'm not even going to do honorable mentions because I feel like there are so many different possibilities that everybody could put in these spots. These are just my picks for what I think are the top 10 heaviest Alter Bridge songs. So let's get into it with number 10. Cry of Achilles is such an intense and urgent opener on Fortress. Definitely one of their most metal songs to date, aside from just the heaviness factor, but also just the structure, the dynamics. This song is arguably straight up progressive metal even. You hear it right away in that very dynamic and again somewhat proggy main groove. Also just the riffing in the song overall. Both of the solos that come in are epic. Yet much like every pick on this list, it's not just balls out heaviness the whole time, just because that's not Alter Bridge's MO. But in their ability to do genuinely crushing, heavy, and metal-oriented parts like this on this song, and also have it contrast so well with those quiet parts, that's something I could compliment for every song on this list, but arguably this one the most. Next up, number 9. The Last Hero title track. This is a song that actually got a good amount of love in the comments section on my Deep Cuts video. And even though I didn't make that list, it's still a song that I fucking love. It's one of my favorite tracks off The Last Hero. I mean, right away, like the main groove of this song is straight up harmonized tremolo riffing. It gives a blatant nod to death metal. That part and that crushing breakdown in the bridge of the song that gets more and more epic as more and more double bass drumming is added to it. Both parts that are some of the heaviest stuff Alter Bridge has done to date. And I think something else that really complements this song, which was present on a lot of The Last Hero, was just overall that darkness, and this song especially, given somewhat of like that political flair of The Last Hero, it almost comes off melancholic and even dystopian in a way. Number 8, in a very similar vein actually, is the Pawns and Kings title track. I love the Last Hero title track, but this one edges that one out in the slightest for me. It has a really catchy main groove that presents itself in multiple different ways throughout the song, but it's that bridge that does it for me in this one. Everything about the bridge of this song, the build-up is great. When it kicks into that really techie part, especially on the guitar, I absolutely love that. And then the second and third parts, where the main groove does come back, sound even more epic, and then just for the cherry on top, you get 2 sick solos to finish it off. And once again, there is that underlying darkness in this song that I think complements the heavy factor of it very well. Moving on to number 7, this is actually a song that I also talked about in my Deep Cut video. You gotta show some love to B-sides, and Last of Our Kind does deserve to be on both of these lists for me. For one, the riffing in here is very, very thrash influenced. There's a lot of chunky riffing in here, especially in the bridge. Some double bass, again, is thrown into the mix. And again, just this song has some really just nasty sounding riffing. And once again, the horror aspect on this song that is present also on multiple different moments on The Last Hero, it does wonders for this song. To me, any kind of dark mood, any kind of darkness really complements the heaviness on these songs. That's why maybe a song like Ties That Bind or Silent Divide off the new record didn't make this list. Songs like that may be heavy stylistically, but mood-wise, they don't have any kind of darkness to them. Number 6 is another song that got a good amount of love in my Deep Cuts video. I think the honorable mentions of that video were harder to come up with than the actual top 10 that made the list. This is another song that I love. Similar to what I just said, I think about Last of Our Kind, the song is full of just chunky, thrashy riffing. In its mood, it's pure darkness and despair yet again. The bridge of this song is absolutely epic. It sees Miles and Mark actually do co-lead vocals, and their vocals just blend together so well. And this is one of the few tracks, I would say, that Alter Bridge has where there isn't really any kind of melodic or quiet break. Even those more subdued verses still have that chunky riffing behind them. Number 5 is my one and only pick on this entire list from the Blackbird album. White Knuckles is definitely the heaviest song on Blackbird, but even nowadays, even though sonically Blackbird doesn't maybe quite pack the same punch as, Fortress, Last Hero, Pawns and Kings, or the new one do, this track at its core is actually really heavy. Like, again, the chunky, thrash-influenced riffing is present throughout the entire song. The end is full-on double bass drumming. There's even the chorus of the song, which is split up with some double bass grooves. I thought that was very creative. And the song is just so full of energy. It's another part where the melodic parts really contrast well with it, especially that really somber pre-chorus. I think that transitions really well into that very full-sounding chorus with the double bass breaks in it. My song at number 4 is another pick from The Last Hero. That main riff and the bridge on Crows on a Wire are both some of the most blatant metal parts on any Alter Bridge record. If anybody were to argue that Alter Bridge just wasn't a metal band at all, this would be like the first song that I would show them. As far as the mood of this song goes, look no further than those haunting guitar overlays, and I think they might even be layered more with keys and synths, just those distant notes that you hear over that main riff. There's a similar idea guitar-wise and arrangement-wise that happens in the chorus of the song. They're just done in a higher register, and it sounds great. This is another song also that kind of amplifies somewhat of a horror influence. And then there's that blistering bridge section with Mark's super chunky riffing behind Miles's just shrieking solo. It's such a sick moment. Just such, a dark, dystopian song that I'm pretty sure is about the media. It shines through beautifully on this song, and it really complements just how heavy this track is. Number 3 is the Uninvited off of Fortress. Another moment on Fortress in particular that amplifies the band's progressive metal influence. I think they even went on record saying that Tool was an influence on this song. But I mean, come on, the double bass drumming is everywhere in this song. This might be the most double bass drumming on any Alter Bridge song, period. You hear it right away in that techie main groove. You hear it in the pre-chorus where they sound great. And then in the bridge, which again almost leans on sounding like a full-on breakdown. Fortress is such a good album, man. Like, I know I didn't put it number 1 in my discography ranking, but you really could make a strong case for it. As far as other moments on here, again, the eerie mood going on here is great. In the chorus also, there's some really cool vocal interplay between Miles and Mark yet again. When that bridge goes double time right before that final chorus, that's absolutely thunderous. Number 2 is another one from The Last Hero. And I think Island of Fools was also mentioned a couple times in the comments of my Deep Cuts video. It was either this track or The Other Side that I was going to include in this one. I generally like The Other Side better than this song, but this song is just the heavier track overall. Purely from a stylistic standpoint, that opening groove with the double bass might be like the heaviest Alter Bridge groove, period, like actually. And as opposed to The Other Side, where maybe things get a little bit more melodic after the main groove, this track doesn't do nearly as much of that. It maintains its momentum for a good amount of the runtime. Really, it doesn't happen at all until the bridge. But again, even with those more mid-tempo verses, you get the chunky riffing behind it. The chorus has this kind of ascending and descending guitar lick, and overall maintains that urgent feeling the entire runtime. And number 1 is another song from Fortress, Bleed It Dry. Looking back at what I just said, I think either Island of Fools or this song has the heaviest section of any Alter Bridge song, period. Just listen to how vicious and mean and dissonant that main groove is of this song. And the fact that they could take such a heavy part and still make a palatable chorus out of it is a testament to their talent. The riffing is nonstop throughout the song, and it does taper off for the bridge, but that bridge is just so fucking good, it doesn't even matter. Another great example of Alter Bridge pulling off mood shifts, dynamic shifts, just having very sonically and stylistically different stuff put together so well. As the song comes to an end, it gets actually even more technical. There's some polyrhythms in there, and then the song just ends with that final crash of the cymbal, and such a heavy song. So those are my picks for the 10 heaviest Alter Bridge songs. Like I said earlier, this list is about as subjective as it gets. So I would love to hear your thoughts on what you think are the 10 heaviest Alter Bridge songs. I'm sure literally everybody's lists are going to look different. But once again, like I said earlier, please hit the subscribe button for more Alter Bridge related content, as well as other rock and metal related content, album reviews. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.